Welcome to the repair shop,
Oh my goodness.
where precious but faded keepsakes
That is proper crushed.
are restored to their former glory.
Zhuzhing.
Could I get finished now, please?
Yes.
A dream team of expert craftspeople
I'm absolutely chuffed to bits.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Yes, look at that.
using traditional techniques passed down the generations.
Perfecto.
It's almost magic.
Nothing better than a plan that works.
Restore irreplaceable treasures
It's perfect.
and unlock the stories they hold.
Happy teeth.
It feels more magical.
I just want to hug everybody.
Here, I'll take that for you. Oh, you star.
Thanks, man.
The early bird at the barn today is retired footballer Peter Grotier from Clacton-on-Sea in Essex. He has a tough goal for paper conservator Angelina Bakalarou.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you very much.
So, it's not This Is Your Life. What's this? What have you got?
This is something that I'm very fond of.
All right.
Oh boy.
It's a programme from 1970.
Right.
I was fortunate enough to be a member of a West Ham team that flew out to New York to play an exhibition game against Santos of Brazil. And Brazil just won the World Cup.
Oh.
And Pele obviously was playing for Santos.
Yeah.
And the World Cup captain for Brazil was also playing in their team.
Wow. And that's obviously Pele there.
That's Pele, and that's the great Sir Bobby Moore.
So you played against Pele?
I played against Pele, and it was a 2-2 draw.
So what was your position? What did you play?
I was a goalkeeper.
So you didn't mind letting in them goals? He only got two?
I was very proud of letting in those goals, yeah.
Okay. So leading up to that, how did you guys feel about that?
Well, it's fantastic, because both men on the front of that programme are heroes of mine.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to play with what I feel is the greatest defender England have ever had, Sir Bobby Moore.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to play against what I class as the greatest goal scorer, Mr. Pele. After the game, we had a function, and he autographed the programme for me.
So that's his signature there?
That's his signature there. For a 19-year-old boy, it was amazing.
He was only 19 at the time?
Yeah, I was only 19, yeah.
He was a baby?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
So how long did you play for West Ham then?
I made 54 appearances for West Ham.
Wow. So where have you stored this then? Something like this is quite iconic. Like, it looks like it's been just folded up and stuff.
We've had eight moves since I got the programme.
Right.
To play for other clubs.
Yeah.
And every time I moved, it was folded, put in a box. It went into storage, because when we moved, we didn't get a house straight away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been through some bad times, unfortunately.
I can see that it got wet at some point. There's quite a lot of stains that are on the front page.
If any way that can be removed without jeopardising the signature, because obviously Pele's signature is
That's priceless,
something
isn't it?
that I treasure.
This is proper ripped up, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the paper is quite weak.
It was a very vivid red on the front.
I can always retouch, but we can't bring back something that has been faded. So in a conservation point of view, what I can do for you is just stabilize it and just make it like handleable again, and just give you back the idea of it being full and complete.
Yeah, no, that would be excellent.
So why do you want this restoring now?
I have a grandson, Joseph. I would love Joseph to have it. He's a West Ham supporter, and he also captains a local club in Wivenhoe Town. He was born after I'd finished playing.
Right.
And I've got lots of programmes for him, but this is something special. And for him to see it and look back and remember my career, perhaps when I'm not here, you know.
Yeah, yeah. This is absolutely brilliant. I'm glad you brought this in here.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
You take care now.
See you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. So this is really a beautiful piece of history. So retaining this signature and the feel of it and the colors of it is very, very important. But this has definitely seen better days. I am thinking it does need to be washed. I know it seems counterintuitive, but the clean water will help remove the dirt. Before putting it in the water, however, I need to spray it because getting a very dry piece of paper into a tub of water will actually give it a lot of shock. This is just water, lightly warm. One side's done. It's already relaxing and moving around. I will cover it with a bit of plastic. And whilst this stays here nice and covered, I will just prepare my bath. So the idea is the paper will go in under the water. This will help get all of the discolorations and the little debris that has gone into the paper out of it. So I will pick the paper up with my non-woven material that will give it support while it bathes. Just 2 hands, whoop. The best way to carry the paper is from the 2 corners, and I'm literally just putting it in. So, big breath. There's a lot of areas of the paper that is delaminating and lifting, so I really need to make sure that these don't fall off. It's always quite nerve-wracking. So it's going to be a staring contest between me and the paper.
The barn's guitar expert, Julyan Wallis, has a keen protege.
Do you know what, my guitar practicing is going really, really well.
You're still doing it?
Yeah, still getting those chords.
I've got mine with me, so we'll perhaps have a little jam this week.
Jamming will have to wait until he's helped out Alex Garraway from Coventry.
Here he is.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Welcome to the barn.
Thank you.
What's on the back?
Would you like to see?
Yes, please.
Yeah, intrigued.
Yeah.
Hold on. That flexed.
Yeah. That was my reaction when I saw it as well.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. It's broke, Alex.
It's not the best right now, but...
Look at that.
What happened?
Last winter, I was coming home from university and it was very icy and I slipped on it and it was on my back and it cushioned my blow and the rest is history.
Oh, what a shame.
It was quite nightmarish, actually, because I heard the strings ping off it.
Yeah, OK.
Tears were shed.
Apart from the nasty break, it looks like a nice guitar.
Yeah, it's my first guitar, actually.
So what kind of guitar is this?
An SG. Ironically, a solid guitar. Angus Young, the guitarist of AC/DC, is probably one of the most famous guitarists to use an SG.
I'm a big AC/DC fan.
When did you buy the guitar?
I was 14. I bought it with money saved up from birthdays, Christmases, and a bit of money from my nan. I was saving up for a good year and a half. I got that 5 years ago now.
What inspired you to play the guitar?
I want to be a rock star. Like, it's everyone's dream. I'm currently studying in university for music. I wasn't always the best at reading or writing or anything like that, and music was the one thing that made sense in my head.
Yeah.
Even through lockdown, where I struggled quite a lot with mental health, anxiety, all that, this was the only thing that saved me with my anxiety. It was hard, just not being able to see anyone, not being able to perform. There was nothing. It was crushing. And the only thing what kept me afloat was knowing that I had my guitar there, just whenever I wanted to play something.
Coping mechanism.
Yeah, it was a very big coping mechanism for me. So seeing it like this is it's hard.
What would you like Jules to do for you?
I'd love for you to make it playable again. And if it's completely impossible, a display piece, like even if I can't play it, I'd love to have it in the house.
I see.
But just not in 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Not being able to play it or doing anything with it.
You're itching to get it back.
Yeah.
It's that's going to be a challenge because it's a tiny amount of wood to glue.
Yeah.
Let's hope I can do it. I got plans.
Big plans.
Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye. It was lovely to meet you.
See you now. I saw myself in Alex because when I was that age, I had that passion of learning to play guitar and wanted to be a rock star and all those things. And I would have been absolutely gutted beside myself if this happened to one of my guitars. Wow, what a state. These are always hard to not only align and get right, but also look good. The first thing is to test fit this neck back to check that it's going to slip back in quite easily, which is what I'm hoping. And B, that it's all aligned perfectly so the strings will be in the right place and it will be a nice guitar to play. So I think the first job I really want to do is just take off a couple of bits of hardware and that will allow me to do this dry test fit.
Bath time is over for the football programme.
The good news is that the autograph of Pele is looking strong and beautiful. So this has retained everything. I think I've gotten enough discoloration out for it to feel a little bit healthier. However, because the paper is quite soft now, it's even softer than it was before, and probably a little bit of its original sizing has gone off in the water, I just want to replenish it with a really, really thin solution. And this is like a methyl cellulose, which I use a lot, and all I need to do is brush it over the surface and let it absorb it. Paper itself is really porous, and during the manufacturing process, a sizing or a glue goes into those porous surfaces just to make sure that it doesn't start absorbing everything that it goes on. The hope for this is just to give the paper back some of its strength and some of its flexibility. So I'll just turn it around and just give a quick brush on this side as well. I will leave the paper to air dry for a little bit, just to get most of the humidity out of it, and then I will leave it under weights to help it dry as flat as possible. This now has been dried after its beautiful spot treatment, and I'm very, very pleased actually, because the paper feels stronger, it's actually much flatter, and I can see much clearer what damages are there and what I need to tackle afterwards. What I really want to do is attack this really long tear. However, before adding a really long piece of Japanese tissue here, I want to tackle my loss here. So I have this piece of paper, and when I put it next to this loss, when I put my finger on top of it, there's no step. So for me, that means that this is the perfect thickness. What I need to do now is make the red color and put it on this paper so it matches with the front cover. I'm using my acrylic colors. I like using them because they do tend to create like nice and vibrant colors. I might add a tiny bit of black, because this might actually help dull the color down a little bit. Just going straight in on the paper. I need to be patient and let it dry. So yeah, leave it there. I have traced my loss with a marker over this plastic film. I am now tracing the shape of my infill over the plastic sheet, making basically an indentation on the paper. So now all I have to do is just pull away the edges, and I have a quite clean cut. So, moment of truth. Oh, that looks really, really nice. I'm happy, so I'm just gonna pop it to its place using wheat starch paste. All right. One infill down. I need to repeat the same process for all of the other repairs before I start moving on to retouching.
Gordon Morrell and his daughter Kelly have travelled to the barn from London with an important symbol of military service, and they need the skills of silversmith Brenton West.
Hello. Hello. How we doing? Have a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what have you brought us in?
Well, I brought a medal from my army days.
Wow.
Look at that.
Lovely, isn't it?
You can see my army number on the side.
Oh,
You can
wow.
See it, 23910-627.
You still remember that number?
Yeah, because you have to see it every day on parade.
Wow.
I can't even remember my PIN number.
That's impressive. And how come you received this medal?
For service in the British Army.
Right.
And I spent 4.5 years in Germany when it was divided between East and West. That was between 1962 and 66.
Okay.
And then also I went to the Middle East. I spent 9 months over there. And then after that, I got demobbed in 1968.
Why did you join the army?
Well, at the time they were recruiting from Barbados.
Okay.
And at
it's
the
a nice
time,
island. Families from there.
Yeah, okay. As a young man,
Yeah.
you want to see the world. You never think about war or nothing like that.
No, you don't.
No. I trained in England, up north in Newcastle. That was in the Northumberland Fusiliers.
How old were you when you came over?
I was 18 and a half.
Wow.
Being so young and thinking, right, I'm going to move from my homeland and just take up for something that you don't know what's coming. I commend him because I don't know if I could do it.
I couldn't do it.
No.
No way. So what was the training like? Were you allowed to come out and mingle with the locals or anything like that?
Yes. Like when you're off duty.
Yeah.
But obviously, there was a bit of hostility, so we didn't frequent the pubs like you can now at that time because it was difficult times of race and that.
Yeah.
You weren't welcomed in the pubs at that time. Sad to say, but that's the truth. It was heartbreaking. Yeah. People from Barbados, you don't just give up, you just press on. You should know.
I do know this. I do know this. I know it very well. Yeah, you just press on. So we kind of owe a lot to you guys, the generation that has been through stuff to allow us to be here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That, definitely. Yeah? You know, we more or less stand on like the shoulders of giants to stick this out. That takes some real resilience and guts.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm in awe, if I could say that about. And he's my dad, but he's my hero. I tell him this all the time because he's such a resilient character.
Making him blush. And what does this medal and the number mean to you now?
To be honest, I'm proud of that because I felt that it's some sort of a legacy that I served in the army.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I did that.
Well, we thank you.
You're welcome.
So what would you like us to do to this?
And if you can replace the ribbon, if I leave it any longer, then the ribbon is going to disintegrate.
And does the colour of the ribbon mean anything?
Specific colours for what part of the world you serve.
So I guess when you see other soldiers, you know
you will
where
recognise it.
Where they've been.
Where they served.
Yeah.
And because it dropped one time, it's damaged there. You see that?
Yeah,
so you could do that.
Listen, I can't thank you both enough for coming in and bringing us in and telling those stories.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
You guys take care now.
You too.
Okay?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Gordon's medal, I believe, is made out of silver. It looks like silver, but the lower part has become tarnished. But I will polish it for him. The dent, unfortunately, is right on Gordon's number here. What I would normally do would be to put a tiny bit of solder on that and then file it down so that you couldn't see it anymore. Unfortunately, if I did that, it would run into the number, so I'm going to have to be really, really careful not to lose that number. The ribbon is beyond repair. If it was repaired, it would then become so short that it wouldn't look correct. So what I think I'll do is try and get a replacement ribbon for it in the same colours and ask Amanda if she'll do the stitching for me. That didn't take much getting that off there. That was minutes away from falling off if it had been pinned to Gordon's chest. Now I've just got to get this bit of ribbon off the top and then I can start working on the metalwork.
Julyan has stripped some of the hardware from the broken guitar in readiness for a dry run of rejoining the snapped pieces.
So I now just want to offer the neck up to the body and see how well it goes back. Wow, that straight away. So that's good. The gap is closed up and there's a little bit of wood missing and some lacquer missing. Don't think that's anything I can't sort. The test fit is pretty good, but when you clamp up the glue, it creeps, which means two bits of wood can move apart. You don't want that. So if I put in a couple of temporary sort of locating pins now while it's dry, then when the glue is on, it's not going to creep clamped up. It's in position, and I've got the confidence to move forward really positively. I've drilled the two holes for the locating pins to go in, and I'm happy with the alignment. And now all I need to do is get the glue brushed on both surfaces. If nothing's aligned, then the strings could even be hanging off the side of the neck. So this is pretty crucial. Right, so my locating pins are going into the perspex to keep the neck into the body at the right place. Now it's the first of 3 clamps. You can see this glue oozing out. That means I've got a good amount in there, and the glue that isn't required is coming out, basically. Lovely.
Angelina has infilled all the losses to the football programme. Now her mission is to make them imperceptible.
Some of my repairs are still visible, and I think I would like to blend them in a bit more. I have this dry pigment pencil, which really quite resembles the colour, but I need to tone it down, make it a little bit dirtier. So I think I'm just gonna try with the brown, putting this on top. The good thing about these colours is that they're quite powdery, so that means that I can smudge them about. I really, really hope that Peter is going to like what I've done to it, because I poured a lot of me into it.
This programme is a piece of football history, but after more than 50 years of wear and tear, it was almost game over.
Right, Angie, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Let's have a look.
I think it looks good.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Right.
There we go.
You grab that end. Nice and careful.
For retired West Ham goalie Peter, it's a memento of an extraordinary career highlight and one that deserves to be preserved.
Hi, Peter.
Hello, hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Now, you're a bit of a football legend.
Well, so they say.
You played against some pretty big people.
I did.
Pele. I mean, what an absolute legend.
And my idol as well. Of all the things that I've kept, this is the one that's, that means the most to me. Especially as well because my grandson Joseph will eventually get the programme.
It's a lot of pressure on you, Angie.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure.
All right, let's do this. Ready?
I'm ready. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's unbelievable. I can actually feel like I can open it now without... Fantastic. Yeah, good memories.
Yeah.
It was a big thing in my life to play in that game, and it all come flooding back then. Yeah, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The signature hasn't been damaged at all. That looks really good, really good.
You can't stop looking at it, touching it.
I know. It was a long while ago, but just picking that up, I could see myself standing on the touchline before we went out to play. National anthems being played. It just brings all that back again. It's been lovely. Thank you very much indeed. That's fantastic.
You're welcome.
Peter, it was lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much.
We wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your trust.
You be careful with that.
I will.
Yes, please.
I will. Bye-bye.
Bye, Peter.
Bye.
You seem pleased.
That went well. Yeah.
Well done.
Oh,
Good
thank
job,
you.
as always.
Oh,
Good job.
gosh.
Well, in a footballing term, I think she scored a winner there with that programme. She's done an absolutely fantastic job. I'll sit down with a nice cup of tea and I'll open it up and I'll savour all those memories of playing against this great man.
Brenton has been pondering the best way to remove the dent from the army medal. It's not straightforward.
The edge of the coin is raised up slightly, and that's been knocked in when the coin was dropped. I'm going to try and hit it out with a punch. And I'm going to make a punch out of brass, which is slightly harder than silver, and hopefully won't mark it too much. Nine times out of 10, if I'm repairing anything that's got a dent in it, I make the tool bespoke for that piece. So I'm looking for the area that I've filed to be the area that glides over the A, and the top of this part is the bit that's going to hit the coin. And this is going to take a while to get this exactly right. So I finished my punch. If my punches aren't quite correct, or if I hit it when the punch is in the right place, it will make a mark where I don't want to mark. This is a very, very nerve-wracking moment for me. I know how important this medal is to Gordon. This is very, very slowly moving, tiny little bit at a time, and I think it's going to be a matter of lots and lots of little taps to get this edge back up into position. this has come out really well. Considering how deep the dent was, I'm really happy with what I've done. There's still a slight mark on the side, but if I tried to repair that, I'd lose Gordon's numbers, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to give this a little polish, because if I start polishing around here with the ribbon on, I'm going to get polish on the ribbon, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to polish this by hand with silver polish, and this is always an exciting part for me, because I know what silver shines like when it's clean. The black is not actually dirt, it's where the silver reacts with the air and it just tarnishes. And you can see the tarnish being lifted. I never considered joining any of the services, and I think that anyone who does is amazing. The bravery is already there before you've even started your training, as far as I'm concerned. And what Gordon has done is really, really commendable, and that's my duty to do my best for him. So this is looking pretty good. Once I've finished cleaning this up, I can get it over to Amanda and she can put the new ribbon on for me.
Brenton has asked me to put a new ribbon onto Gordon's medal. So we've had to source the ribbon to replace, and we've had to make sure that we've got the correct colours, because for each campaign, each medal has its own colour. So I've done my research and I need to make sure I get it exactly the right length. The reason they've all got to be the same is if Gordon has more than one medal, they have to all line up at the same level. Military precision is everything, I think, with this. This is uncharted territory for me. And with anything military, it's got to be absolutely perfect. So this is my very last stitch to secure the medal onto the pin and snip. So that's the stitching done. All I've got left to do now is to fold those ends in and just seal them off with a little bit of glue, just to make sure that we don't get this horrible fraying.
Having glued the neck and body of the guitar back together, Julyan is on tenterhooks.
I just want to see how stable a joint we have. Yeah, that's really, really good. It's all smooth along these edges, nothing's bumpy, so that suggests everything's exactly as it was. So that I'm very pleased with. And I'm going to turn my focus now to where the locator pins were. Those holes are now pilot holes for a couple of dowels, which will just add an extra strength. And they will then be hidden by the black plastic plate. And then I can start prepping for filling and colouring the scars. The neck's nice and solid, the dowels are in, they're looking really good. So you don't want to leave big horrible scars like that. Some of the lacquer just chips off, and a little bit of wood came out as well here and there, so we've got to fill that and just make it look best as possible. And now it's just time to mix up some epoxy. I'm just going to transfer some of the dye, like a cherry stain. Just the tiniest little drop. There we go, look at that. That's the cherry coming in, that's what I want. That's ready to go now. Lovely, that's gone in just how I wanted it to. I've got an extra dollop left on here I can put on the corner of this pickup cavity. I've just got a couple of more spots of this to do, and then when it sets off, I'll be a happy boy. It's looking great. I'm pretty chuffed with that.
Brenton and Amanda's team effort has got the Army Medal into much better shape, but it's not quite ready for inspection.
Amanda's done a fine job with the new ribbon. It sets the medal off, but she has left some little bare paw prints on here, which I'm going to have to polish off. I'm just going to do the coin or the medal itself and stay way away from this perfect new ribbon. Having this new, strong, well-stitched ribbon means that Gordon can wear this. Hopefully it will take him back to when he was first presented it. But I'm hoping Kelly, who hasn't seen this medal in this condition, is going to be proud of her dad even more.
For Kelly and her dad Gordon, the medal represents his loyal service in the British Army and their shared pride in that.
Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
See, now this is what you call making an effort. Looking proper sharp and dapper.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Big moment.
Have a seat. How you feeling, both of you?
I'm excited. I feel like this is my Christmas. Yeah.
I'm feeling quite pleased about it.
Can you remember what it was like when you brought it in?
In a bad way, it needed a bit of a polish up.
A bit of a polish. It was quite dull. Okay. Should we show 'em?
Wow.
Looks amazing. I feel very proud of that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I feel a bit emotional now.
Bless you, sir.
Yeah.
That looks incredible.
Amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Check
And
it
you
out.
got all the dent as well,
Got
isn't it?
most of the dent out.
Brand new. Yes. Wow.
I'm actually like gobsmacked. Like the words have just taken my breath away. The fact that it just looks like how it should.
Yeah.
I knocked the dent out, which was quite hard because I wanted to keep the serial number, so it was really tricky.
The ribbon is just amazing. It's more clear and
that
like
bit there,
defined
is
in
that-
colour, giving it back its pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you can proper wear it with pride.
Of course. And I've got to look my best.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you.
You happy?
Yeah, really. nice to see it on. It's brilliant. So good.
Smile.
Yeah.
Well, it's yours now. Go and show off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
I feel proud because it's a reward for the service that I've given to the British Army and the British Commonwealth.
I would say that moment of pinning the medal on my dad, I felt honoured doing it for him, and I will treasure that as our little sort of father and daughter moment. I will never forget. It was a real treasured memory.
Julyan has marched forward with the electric guitar repair, and he must strike the right note with his final task.
This little gadget is a guitar tuner, and it's a sensor that basically picks up the pitch of the string. That's the note the string's at, and you have to tune your strings in. And this little thing makes it really accurate. And ultimately, it will reach the 12 o'clock position in blue, and that tells me the string is in tune. There it is. Voila. I am very chuffed with results, and I'm hoping Alex is going to be too.
Guitar smashing may be very rock and roll, but Alex never intended to destroy his.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, mate.
Rock on.
He set his hopes on playing the instrument again that saw him through tough times.
There he is.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
You excited?
Nervous.
Really?
It means a lot to me, so just excited to see what you've done with it, really.
Jules, take it away.
She's beautiful. You're gonna make me cry. She's back to new. I can't believe it. It's like being pushed back in time since the first time I picked her up. I can't take my eyes off it. It's surreal. It's surreal. I speak to it. I speak about it like it's my partner, but it sort of is.
Yeah, we do form a bond with our guitars.
Yeah, definitely. Ever since I left, I was like, I don't know how you're going to fix it. But seeing her in one, it's more than I could ever have hoped. Thanks, mate.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Well, it looks lovely. I want to know if it sounds lovely too.
So do I.
Jules, I think we've got an amp somewhere.
Yeah, let's get it plugged in.
This is the first song I wrote. It's called Beginnings.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well
Great
done.
job.
Superb.
How does that sound to you?
Same as she was when she was brand new. It's great. So thank you.
It was lovely to meet you, and good luck with your music career.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you. It was
Cheers,
lovely to
mate.
meet you both.
Good to see you, mate. Bye now.
It feels great to have the guitar back in my hands. It's a dream come true. I'm so glad it's playable again. I can take her to gigs, I can practice with her, I can write stuff with her. And now she's fixed. The world's better again for me. It's gone back to being good.